The Golden State squad coming through the tunnel earlier with the Warrior faithful anxiously await. Their arrival on the floor. And so off the tip, it's Toronto. Here are the five for the Raptors. Bogdanovich out there with Jokic. Then it's Noel. Then it's Robert Covington. And it's Tatum in at the 2. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson. And now let's take a look again at that incredible rejection.
And right out of the gate, trying to set the tone defensively, you gotta love that energy.
Here's Jokic. Outside, Covington. Takes the 3. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket. And Greg, we're still very early in the season. What are these teams right now doing to maintain success through the year?
Well, this is the time for coaches to experiment with lineup combinations. And for the players, it's important they learn each other's tendencies and try and work on building chemistry.
Jokic with it. He's picked up by Drummond. Jokic passes to Tatum beyond the arc. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
Nice work by Tatum. A better three-point shooter than many scouts thought he might be.
Bridges kicks to George. Shoots over Covington. And Covington sends it back. Pass to Tatum. Over Siakam. Tatum's shot is off. And the Warriors off to a slow start here. 6-point game. Outside Jackson. The shot by George, wide open. And the Warriors miss again.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Jokic kicks to Covington. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. The three from Tatum. Tatum with another miss. Warriors have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
The three-pointer is right on target.
Yeah, when he opens up his offensive arsenal to knock down threes, PG could be an MVP caliber player.
And it's Paul George with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Passes it to Covington. Back to Jokic from deep.
And that defensive versatility Jackson has is just incredible. Able to guard multiple positions due to that height and reach.
And he makes that one.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
Yeah, he's got to be a little bit more on their radar after knocking down something like that.
And the reliability of Bogdanovic. His teammates know Bogey is good for that shot, so he gets the feed and sinks it. The Raptors are only a few years removed from its championship in 2019. Boy, a lot has changed since then.
Raptors leading by 4. Tatum kicks to Covington. Outside Bogdanovic. No good on the three. A lot of change. Toronto is without some of the key pieces from that title team, and it wasn't that long ago. But, Greg, they haven't had to go through a full rebuild. There are some remaining parts.
Listen, the talent they have is still undeniable, and they've got a good mix of young up-and-comers and players in the prime of their career.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And you watch the way that Siakam plays. It can get you in the open court or in half-court sets. Great forward who gives you a little bit of everything.
Now, here's Covington. Tatum down low. Jackson on him, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And for Siakam, Greg, he almost epitomizes the modern forward.
And that's not to say he's the best forward, but he displays all the skills you now expect from that position. Solid player who any team would love to have.
Now, here is George. Coming in off a 10-point game his last outing.
Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
Covington passes to Tatum. Jacks up a 3. Shot clock at 5. Stolen by George. Lets it go with the 3. And they get it back. Misses for the 5th time this game. Marking at 1 for 6. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. The pass to Siakam. Over Tatum. Siakam misses. Toronto leading by 4. Outside Covington. Outside Tatum. Bridges against Bogdanovic. Clock at 4. Toronto needs to get off his shot. The 3 from Tatum. And the Raptors miss again. And so it's Drummond with it. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. Bridges kicks to Siakam. Back to Bridges. To the middle. Here's Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
Well, he passes to the wide open man. Bridges developing some team chemistry.
Toronto's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range in the first quarter. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, I caught up with Coach Steve Kerr. Going into the first game of the season, he said we have to attack them inside and in transition. See how that works out. If they don't adjust, we're going to keep pressing it. Well, Kevin, that seems like a good idea considering his explosive team that he has. Back to you.
Thank you, David. And it's George missing.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Mikal Bridges. That's his first foul.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Warriors on D, trailing by 2. Covington passes to Noel. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Back to Bogdanovich. And the Raptors miss again. Golden State's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Bridges passes to Jackson. It's good. This game is all even. Jackson's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And how about the strength of Jackson there? Uses it whenever he's going up inside and fighting through the contact.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
Now a chance to see the numbers for George. Last season, he played outstanding. He averaged 24 per clip, 7 rebounds, and 5 assists. And it says a lot that when we see numbers like this from him, we aren't even shocked. He's that good.
Yeah, we really have just grown to get used to his greatness, and that's the level for him that he's on right now.
Now, here's Jokic over Jackson. Second shot opportunity. And here's Tatum for 3. That's in, coming off the assist from Jokic. Tatum's got 8 points.
We just don't say it much for a center, but a high basketball IQ from Jokic might be his greatest strength.
From deep, George. Toronto grabs the miss.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
No, I haven't seen him in comfortable spots, or at least spots we've seen in this offensive set that are allowing him to settle in.
Warriors trail by 3. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Siakam kicks to George. Jackson trying to break free. George, no good.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
And there's a lot you can say about Golden State's offensive abilities, but their defense is also razor sharp. They know how to control the flow of the game.
And some might go as far, Greg, is saying Golden State's defense is underrated.
It is kind of overlooked at times, and their shooting is so exceptional it hides everything else, like how they can dominate the glass defensively.
And this feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
Now here's Tatum. 8 points for him. Covington finds Hayes. Here's Tatum. Fires from deep. Rebounded by Jackson.
Even if you're not shooting it, you like to see the effort level, and his tonight has been high.
Drummond with a screen on Bogdanovich. Offensive rebound. Jackson gets the bucket. He's got 6.
And I like seeing Jackson use that length on the offensive glass. You don't have to be the most physical guy when you have a wingspan like that.
Now here's Covington. Hayes the pass to Tatum. And the shot goes in. Tatum's got 10 points in the game.
Flat out taking the game over, and there's no way he's going to give it up.
Now, here's Siakam. And the rejection by Tatum.
And how about the craftiness from Tatum? He plays smart, quick hands on defense and able to block the shot.
Now here's Covington. It's a 5-point game. Tatum with the screen on George. The kick out to Tatum. Fires the three. Sinks the three-pointer.
Off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. Greg, when you look at Toronto, they have a lot of length and defensive switchability.
They swarm opposing stars and tend to make it very difficult in those passing lanes. So a great profile for a modern NBA defense.
Dante DiVincenzo. He's checked in for the Warriors. And Toronto also making a switch. Achua's checked in. And again, no good by Golden State.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Pass to Covington. And here's Bogdanovich. Outside Tatum. Launches it. It's rebounded by Golden State. We've got 1:48 left in the first quarter. DiVincenzo passes to Drummond. He can't get it to go. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way. Covington against Drummond. Covington passes to Tatum. Kicks to Bogdanovich. Good on the triple. And it's an 11-point Toronto lead.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Well, if I was baking up a lead, I'd add 2 ingredients. One would be playing smart. The other one, playing selfless. They've done that tonight. Serve it up.
Here's Tatum. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
A terrific defender. And Jackson, one of those guys with great timing when he goes for the shot block and not afraid to send a message as well.
And here is DiVincenzo after Bojan Bogdanovich getting his shot to go from deep. Trying to get something going. Siakam outside. Hits it from three-point range. Siakam's got 7 points in the game.
Now, this is when the game slows down for a big man like Andre Drummond. He can make those kind of plays.
DiVincenzo against Covington. Pass to Bogdanovich. Tatum wide open. He fires one. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Warriors trail by 11. Siakam outside. Puts up a three. Here's Jackson. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's the Toronto Raptors. They're leading.
Give it up for your Warriors U15.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in a second. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Raptors.
Well, they haven't wasted any time getting into a groove from deep, putting up and hitting a healthy amount of three-pointers thus far.
When you make the most of second chance opportunities and you're in there and active, boy, that can really put a lot of pressure on the defense.
Setting the floor for the Raptors. We've got Cunningham. Jokic is out there with Franz Wagner. Then there's Bojan Bogdanovich, and it's Smart in at the one spot. Now, here's Cunningham, following the miss by Jaren Jackson. Smart misses. Warriors trail by 11. Bridges outside. Back to DiVincenzo. It's Curry outside, and he's good on the three ball.
And sometimes the simplest play is the best one. DiVincenzo made it.
And we play just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. Steps back. Kicks it out to Bogdanovich. And it's off from three-point range. Looking at the last game for the Golden State Warriors, it was a win against Miami. Curry with the bounce pass. Portis against Jokic. And the call up against Jokic. That is his first foul of the game. Paul George, he's checked in for Golden State. And Toronto also making a switch. Noel's checked in for Bogdanovich. And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. Bridges inside. He's defended by Wagner. Bridges misses. Toronto leading by 8.
There's so much about Nikola Jokic that is special. For a 5-man, it doesn't really matter any position, but his ability to crank out those triple-doubles might just take the cake.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Of course, the Warriors' offense stands out for its emphasis on ball movement. Coach Steve Kerr says if you get to touch the ball and be a part of the action, whether it's as an assist man, ball mover, shooter, dribbler, the more people who are involved in the offense, the more powerful it becomes. Kevin, strength in numbers indeed.
As has always been the case for his offense, the more the better. And it's worked for him. DA, thanks. Jokic does produce triple-doubles at a near record rate.
So in his 500th game, Jokic got his 71st triple-double. Only Oscar Robertson and Magic Johnson recorded more triple-doubles in their first 500 games. Think about that. As a center, he was doing that. Just truly unstoppable at times.
Now here's Curry. It's George on the wing. Looking to get back on track here. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. George has got 5 points so far. Now about 3 minutes gone in this second quarter of basketball. Cunningham inside. Curry meets him. And it's Wagner missing. Warriors trail by 9. Outside, George. Off target from three-point range.
Yeah, we're chipping some orange paint off the rim here, guys. He must be more patient on offense and trying to find ways to penetrate inside and get closer to the rim.
Now, here's Cunningham. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Cade Cunningham now running that two-man game. Got to stop the ball.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Harris against Jokic. That one's good, and the Raptor lead is cut down to 9. They're back within single digits after that one from Tobias Harris. Smart deciding where to go with it. Jokic with his screen on Curry. Cunningham finds Jokic. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
Gotta be so fun to play with a player like Jokic. You never know what he's gonna do next, but it's usually pretty good.
From deep, George. You can't get that one. And Toronto will go the other way with it. They've led by as many as 14 points. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Now, here's Wagner. Last game we saw him score 13. Nifty move. It's deflected.
How about the reach from Portis there?
George against Smart. The shot from 20 feet away. That one's good, and the Raptor lead is cut to just 9 on the basket from Paul George.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
Jokic with his screen on George. Passes it to Jokic. Fires the 3. Sinks the triple. Jokic has got 5 now.
No hesitation from Jokic. The D had no chance really to set up.
Timeout called the Warriors. Some changes. Mitchell Robinson comes in for Bobby Portis, and it's Pascal Siakam in for Curry.
Is your GF Breaker.
Bridges dishes to George. He kicks it to Harris. Now the pass to Robinson. Jokic with the steal. Outside, Smart. Shoots from the line. It's hauled in by Harris. Warriors trail by 12. Pass to George. Noel against Robinson. Bridges for three. Bangs home the trifecta.
Bridges has a lot of jobs for his team, but if he consistently knocks down three, he can add it to the list.
Cunningham inside. Guarded by Harris. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. That one on Harris.
Well, you look at the counting numbers for Cade Cunningham. He fills up a stat sheet. The key for him moving forward, though, efficiency.
And you talk about Cade's efficiency. Greg on a struggling team, that can be a challenge.
Yeah, without great shooters around him, he's forced into taking tough shots or turnovers. And as the team improves, though, I think the percentages should come around.
Just 5 on the clock, and the foul called on Nerlens Noel. That'll be his second foul of the game.
This is one where the second foul is probably going to cost you some minutes in this game.
Robert Covington's checked in for the Raptors. Robinson a screen on Smart to the paint and stolen by Noel. Smart against Siakam and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And Marcus Smart, GA, the very definition of a guy you love on your team but hate to play against.
Yeah, and teams that go deep need that sort of presence. Smart is more than just an agitator, though. Great player who anyone would want to play alongside.
And the Warriors making a change here. Drummond's checked in. Jason Tatum, he's checked in for the Raptors. Now, here's Bridges, and there's the feed to Drummond. Just 4 to shoot. Siakam misses.
Well, he's a guy that count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
Smart passes to Tatum. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Here's Jokic. The 7-footer falls. Jokic has got his third bucket of the night.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
And George kicks to Bridges. Pass to Drummond. Knocks it loose. And stolen by Noel. And here's Covington. Passes to Noel. Shot clock at 6. Here's Smart. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
For a guy who's still working on his range, love to see Smart attacking on the interior.
Outside, George looking to end the run. Rebound by the Raptors. Jokic has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Tatum passes to Covington. And the pass to Noel. Back to Covington. 3-pointer. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Timeout called the Warriors. Bogdanovich is checked in for Marcus Smart. Now let's take a look at how the shots have been divided up between 3-point shots and 2-point shots for Toronto.
And a lot of shots from long distance. They're trying to stretch out the D and force them to cover out in space. And a lot of times that enables an offense to get some opportunities to attack in the paint.
Here's George. He has 7. The 3. He can't hit that time. So the Raptors will take it the other way. Now, Jokic. He's got 7. The rebound by Paul George. Pass to Siakam. They need this one. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It goes on Jason Tatum.
I'm just so impressed with Siakam's offensive improvement over the years. I mean, he's mastering the ability to play in attack mode.
Jackson, he's checked in for Robinson. And the Raptors also making a change. Hayes, he's checked in for Nerlens Noel. Outside Covington. Jokic with a screen on Siakam. 5 to shoot. And it's Jokic missing.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
And it's Drummond with the jam.
Well, I love it. It's eye contact with his teammate, the ball in great position, and Andre does the rest.
Here's Bogdanovich after the made shot from Andre Drummond. Pass to Hayes. Now here's Jokic, defended by Drummond. Fader on the way. The Warriors pull it in. George has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Three-pointer. Bogdanovich grabs the miss. Bogdanovich has got 4 rebounds in this game. George against Covington for 3. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. It's off to Charlotte for him after this game as they take on the Hornets. They hit the road with that, the first of a 5-game run. Siakam inside. Tatum on him, and the shot goes in from Siakam. And you see players trying to get the officials to blow the whistle. Were players in your day, Greg, falling down as much as they seem to be doing now?
Oh, it's way more common now, and let's face it, it's a copycat league. All the whistles slow the game down. I just love to see them let a little bit more go.
And the Warriors making a change here. DiVincenzo's checked in, and Toronto also making a switch. Achua's checked in. It's good from long range. Tatum's got 16 points.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
There's a minute left in the first half of basketball. Here's Jackson, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And the defense of Jaren Jackson Jr., it has become elite. Triple J finishing top 5 in 2022 in the Defensive Player of the Year vote.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Outside Bogdanovich. Here he goes. That shot off. Bridges with some nice defense. Warriors trail by 16. Here's DiVincenzo. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And it's Drummond missing. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Raptors. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Top of the key, Achua. Over Siakam. Good D by Siakam. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. It's the Raptors up by 16. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And when a team is this insane. Now let's talk about our game tonight. Thank you for being with us.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. And you know, guys, Jason Tatum has really been making it happen.
And the bulk of his damage so far has come from the perimeter. A lot of threes early on.
Yeah, he keeps tracking down those spots behind the three-point line and finding some open opportunities.
Jaren Jackson is out there with Bridges. Then it's Pascal Siakam. Then there's Andre Drummond, and it's George in at the 1. That's Steve Kerr's 5 as we get into the second half. Passes it to Jokic. Over Jackson. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Warriors trail by 13. There's the pass to George. Here's the 3. And it's Jokic with the rebound. Toronto shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. Pass to Covington. Now here's Noel. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Here's Jokic. Rebounded by Jackson. Jackson's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Siakam. No good on that one. So the Raptors will take it the other way. Outside, Covington. Pass to Bogdanovic. Jokic sets the screen for Bogdanovic. And again, no good by Toronto. Golden State's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Bridges shot. Good.
That's pretty steady from Bridges. Does not let the contact throw him off one bit.
Pass to Noel. Knocked away. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Jokic with the bucket. Jokic has got 9.
Well, there it is. 0 of 3 to start the half, and finally something finds its way through the net.
Drummond in the post. He's covered by Noel. And now Covington running the floor all by himself.
Robert Covington on a solo mission that time. He got the steal and then right back up the floor.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
The pass to Bridges. The tray. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Tatum's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Shoots from the elbow. Jokic, no good. Warriors trail by 15. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Bridges passes to Jackson. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Siakam. Outside for George. And the Warriors miss again.
And not a way to get out of a funk. He needs to be looking for good, solid, more efficient shots. Not the wild one he took there.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That's on Jaren Jackson.
Nice job by Tatum inside. Very assertive. He's fantastic at putting the pressure on the D and consistently getting to the line. And lost his touch right there. Didn't see that coming. Usually when he's hot, he stays hot.
And the Warriors miss again. Raptors leading by 15. GA with their 4th title, the combination of Steph, Clay, and Draymond Green, the single most successful trio in the last half-century in the NBA.
And some would argue the best trio of all time. The most wins in the finals ever by a trio who've each made an All-NBA team.
Siakam kicks to Jackson. Pass to Drummond. Pass to Bridges. Nailed from three-point land. Bridges has got 8 points.
Bridges confident right now, and I like to see him just be quick with those kind of decisions.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Thanks, guys. Now, Marcus Smart is not shy with his philosophy. He says it takes little talent to play defense, but a whole lot of want to. Get every 50-50 ball, take charges, be a great teammate, compete, never be okay with losing. And Kevin, he has always walked the walk, too.
He has. Defensive Player of the Year. He's a terrific player. No question about it. David, thank you. Inside. Inside Leaner. Tatum, no good. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Golden State Warriors. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half. Bogdanovic against Siakam. It's George on the wing. That shot missing. Now Toronto takes it the other way. Jokic passes to Bogdanovic. The 3 from Tatum. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. George has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Outside Jackson. Down low. Here's Drummond. And the basket is good. And he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Drummond playing the tougher brand of basketball right now, just using his power to get contact and finish.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Franz Wagner comes in for Jokic, and it's Cunningham in for Tatum. And the Raptors call time here.
And checking out the numbers for Siakam, coming off a terrific season. He averaged about 23 points a game last year, 8 rebounds and 5 assists. And he's been a rock in the middle for them over that stretch of games. Dominating the glass is his trademark.
I feel like those rebounds are wearing down and eroding the opponent. His effort right now, physically and mentally, has been good.
And George kicks to Bridges. Some nice passing by Golden State here. And it's Drummond missing. Raptors leading by 9. Outside, Covington. Passes to Wagner. Cunningham looking it over. Over Siakam. And the Raptors miss again. Warriors shooting just 31% in the game. And there's the pass to George. Here's Siakam. Here's Drummond. He's defended by Wagner. And that one's good. Drummond. Drummond's got 7 points.
Drummond has a lot of ways to beat you down low. And his points are coming deep in the paint now.
Cunningham on the wing. Covered by Siakam. And now the fast break. George with the ball. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Now just a 5-point Raptor lead.
And he's one of the best in the league at just grabbing those O boards. And we've seen him do it year in and year out.
Cunningham finds Wagner. Covington a screen on Jackson. Wagner against Jackson. Bogdanovich passes to Wagner. And again, Toronto no luck. Here's the Warriors with the ball. They're on a 15-4 run. Outside Jackson lets it go from deep. Another 3 for Golden State.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Yeah, this is not the team that we saw in the first quarter right now. Way more confident out there, and the cohesion of the team is impressive.
Toronto calls timeout. Dante DiVincenzo. He's checked in for Pascal Siakam. Achua, he's checked in for Toronto. Tatum comes in for Cunningham. Covington against George. Now here's Noel. D right on him. Good D by Drummond. And it's the Warriors' ball. They're on an 18-4 run right now. From deep, George. And it's Toronto with the rebound.
And he has been ice cold from beyond the arc here since halftime, and he continues yet to fire away. He has got to tone it down if he wants to help his team.
Bogdanovich passes to Tatum. Clock at 6 from down low, and he drops that one in. Tatum's got 18 points.
And every year, Tatum evolves. Tonight, he's given us a taste of everything he's been working on.
I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Toronto.
The three-pointers and how well they're able to shoot them. You wonder if they can keep it up, and boy, have they.
You probably have to touch on as well that tonight their penetration has been awesome. I mean, they put force on this game, attacking off the bounce, and a willingness to do that has paid off.
Siakam is checked in for the Warriors. Tatum no good.
He was terrific in the first half, guys. Maybe some adjustments from the opposing team coach, and he's lost a little bit of that touch here in the second.
Pass to Jackson. Shoots over Achua. And it's Jackson with a sensational play.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Covington with it. 8 points for him. Here's Bogdanovich. Banked in off the glass. 11 points in the game.
Yeah, I'm really feeling Bogdanovich there, flexing his muscle on the drive. Solid at working through the contact and then scoring over it.
Here's George, and it's rebounded by Covington. Covington's got 4 rebounds in this game.
2 minutes remaining in the quarter. 2 minutes.
1:56 left to play in the third. Outside Tatum. Into the lane. And Jason Tatum seems, GA, like he's on the verge of being a superstar in the league.
And Kevin, some would say he is already there. It feels like he's going to win an MVP in the next 5 years. He's already shown he can lead a team to the final.
Robinson's checked in for Golden State. Hayes, he's checked in for Toronto.
And you know, Jason Tatum is one of those guys who can really do it all. He's got a versatile skill set that makes him a constant threat on both ends of the floor.
1:29 left to play in the third. Tatum setting the pick for Covington. He takes it in. The 3. Tatum's shot is off.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Bridges outside. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Raptors with the lead. To the inside. Achua. And no good. Excellent D that time from Robinson. Bridges kicks to George. For the lead. Unable to get that one. And Toronto will come the other way. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Bogdanovich passes to Tatum. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
A fluid, talented scorer with length. Tatum is hard to defend because of that versatility.
The Warriors making a switch here. Drummond's checked in. And Toronto also making a switch. Jokic is checked in. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Drummond passes to Siakam. Golden State moving it around. Here's George. Here's Jackson. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. Jackson's got 15 points.
And that is quickly becoming Jackson's domain. He's such a strong finisher in the paint.
And the Raptors miss again. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Raptors lead by 1.
Give it up for your Warriors.
Now let's listen in to head coach Steve Kerr.
We're playing fine. Everything's good.
3/10 quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the 4th. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. They lead by 1. On the court for Toronto to start the 4th. Jokic is out there with Achua. Then there's Bojan Bogdanovic. Then it's Tatum, and it's Covington in at the point. To take the lead, it's hauled in by the Raptors. Jokic just got rebound number 13 with that last one. Outside, Covington. Pass to Bogdanovic. To the middle. Here's Jokic. That fall. Nice feed that time from Bogdanovic. Jokic has got the first points up on the board here in the 4th for the Raptors. Siakam kicks to Drummond. Outside, George. And we've played through about a minute here in the 4th. Jackson, a screen on Tatum. Siakam passes to Jackson. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
What agility there. Look how quick Jackson moves after setting the screen. Perfect execution.
Covington passes to Tatum from the arc. And the 3 ball is good. Tatum's got 9 points here in the second half.
And that's another 3. And if the defense is hoping that they don't heat up from out there like they did in the first half, they may be in for a real bad surprise.
Passes it to Bridges. This one for 3. Rebound by the Raptors. Jokic is Raptors leading by 4. Bogdanovic looking around. Jokic against Drummond. Jokic kicks to Bogdanovic. His three-pointers off the mark. The Warriors have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Siakam passes to George. A three ball. And it's Jokic with the rebound.
Just not sure if he ran out of energy at halftime or what, but so far just not himself in the second half.
That one drops for him. Now it's a 6-point Raptor lead.
Such a good handle for a big guy. Nothing super fancy, but efficient.
The pass to Jackson. Outside, George. Shot from free throw range. And he overshot that one, missing. Toronto's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. And we got to take a second look to admire that outstanding block.
And guys, they'll think twice about attempting that shot again. That was a big-time rejection.
Achua, the pass to Bogdanovic. Pass to Achua. Outside Tatum. Knocks down the three ball. Tatum's got 28 points for the game.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Warriors trail by 9.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And again, it's the Warriors missing. Here's the Raptors with the ball. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. 6 to shoot. Covington passes to Jokic. Up and in on the layup. And that's 15 points for Jokic.
Such an outstanding effort there for the big man to stay focused with his shot. Jokic, tremendous concentration.
Timeout called the Warriors. And at this point of the game, getting a break here, important for the teams to regroup. And for the players, this is where you have a chance to get rehydrated with Gatorade. Get ready to play strong to finish off the game. And now, let's present our New Balance player of the game, Jason Tatum.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
Taking on the defending champs always adds a little extra meaning to the game. And with the way he's gotten after it tonight, it was clear this one meant a lot to him. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Hey, guys, I was able to catch the message Steve Kerr gave to his team. He was disappointed in the shot selection. He told them, stay patient, run the offense, make the extra pass. We don't have to make up the deficit all at once. We'll see if they start shooting a little better. Kevin?
Okay, David, thanks.
Well, if he wants to make the defense work, he's got to start knocking down the threes. Only one so far in this game for him, and none since halftime.
Here's the Raptors with the ball. They've got a 12-2 run in progress. Back to Tatum. Drives to the hoop, and it's sent back by Drummond.
And how about the swat? Great timing as Drummond uses his height, gets up there and throws that one away.
Siakam passes to Drummond. Good on the shot. Drummond's got it back down to within single digits for the Warriors.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
Pass to Noel. And here's Tatum for three. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got his 18th rebound here tonight, all over the place. Here's George. And it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
But his shooting this quarter has to be a huge concern, especially when they're behind like this. Can he find a rhythm?
Steps back and fires. It's rebounded by Golden State. And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. The NBA announced its 75th anniversary team last year, Brent, with a lot of fanfare attached to it. What'd you think of the list?
I thought the list was pretty good. You can always argue a few guys should have been on it, and it's probably a tough pill to swallow for current guys who have had tremendous careers to this point. Guys who have played 8 or 9 years that didn't maybe make this particular list. I'll tell you this, Kevin, in 25 years, there'll be another list.
Covington passes to Noel. And here's Jokic, guarded by Jackson. And Jokic gets it to go. The assist by Noel. Noel's got 3 assists tonight. Warriors trail by 9. Siakam passes to George. Noel against Drummond. Jackson kicks to George. 5 on the clock. Back to Jackson. Takes a 3. The shot, no good. Now Toronto takes it the other way. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Back to Covington. Outside Tatum. Tatum draws the double. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Andre Drummond picks one up.
Shooting for Toronto, Jason Tatum. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one misses.
Well, he's putting his game right in the face of the defense right now and just driving into the paint to get contact.
And he's good on the second. And Siakam has got the ball here for Golden State. It's a 10-point game. Passes it to Bridges. He's looking for Drummond and finds him. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you can see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. And George gets the whistle that time. That's his 4th foul of the contest. On defense, the Warriors. And the call up against Jokic. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
Well, he was very reliable, keeping the ball in his hands during the first half. He's had a bad case of the butterfingers here in the second.
Warriors trail by 8. George passes to Siakam. Bridges outside. Here's George. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Well, in spite of the critics and the injuries, Paul George continues to produce one of the league's truly elite players.
And you mentioned the injuries for Paul George. Let's see, G8, the broken leg, shoulder surgeries, last season a torn elbow ligament.
And I'm sure there are a few others, Kevin, but give him credit. To battle through and maintain his greatness tells you something about his competitive will.
And he knocks down the first one.
You know, Paul George, really a true two-way player in the NBA. He gives you so much on both ends, so you get all-star value offensively and defensively.
And George drops them both.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Outside Covington. Here's Tatum. And the Raptors miss again. Warriors trail by 6. And George kicks to Siakam. Now here is George. Back to Siakam. Just 5 to shoot. Great D that time from Tatum. Raptors leading by 6. Dishes it to Covington. The pass to Jokic. And here's Bogdanovic. Pass to Noel. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Here's Jokic. Some solid defense there from Jackson. The Warriors shooting just 34% from the floor. And here's George. Siakam outside. There's the lob to Jackson and stolen by Tatum. Outside Bogdanovic. Pass to Covington. Launches a 3. They grab their own miss. And taking care of the ball has been a problem for them.
That's something they've got to fix. While the defense has been good, a lot of these turnovers have been unforced.
Outside for George. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Second personal foul.
Here's a look at what's coming up for Toronto. On Monday, the Atlanta Hawks coming to town. That will tip off a homestand for them. Then on Wednesday, they'll be taking on Victor Oladipo and the San Antonio Spurs. The first one falls. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Yeah, sometimes in a game you settle a little bit before settling in, and right now I think he's a big factor in how they're getting to the line.
Jokic with a screen on George. Outside Bogdanovic. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. Warriors trail by 4. Siakam outside. Basket number 5 goes in. He's now 5 of 12 from the floor.
Massive hoop there from Siakam. We've seen him do it in the finals. This guy showing he's made for big moments.
Covington against George. Right side Tatum. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one on George.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
They've had a lot of success just getting the ball inside. And until the defense adjusts, I don't see any reason to go away from that strategy.
And there's another thing going on right now for them that has to get their confidence up, and that's the 3-ball. I mean, it's been falling for them, and they're locked in, and with that outside shot going, that's a big difference maker.
He hits both from the stripe.
Yeah, not the guy that you want to put at the line in these moments. He's not missing these.
George against Covington. Drummond trying to get himself free. And Covington sends it back. And Drummond kicks to Jackson. Passes it to Siakam. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on Jokic.
And Siakam wants to be the guy for this team, especially in these types of high-pressure situations.
He drops the first one, and that narrows the lead down to just 3. good on both.
And that makes it a one-possession game, guys. Got to be the biggest free throws of the game thus far.
And here's Tatum for three. Hits the three-point bomb. Tatum's got 12 now in this quarter.
And Tatum's experience in these spots is starting to show. He's never been afraid to take the biggest shots.
Jackson setting the pick here for George.
Fifth personal foul. 15 foul. At the line for the Warriors, Paul George. Taking 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that shrinks the margin to just 4.
The veteran George, so comfortable going to the free throw line when the game is up for grabs.
And he cannot convert on the second. That misses.
That one miss was huge. He had a chance to turn this into a one-possession game.
Tatum passes to Noel. Outside Covington. And here's Tatum for three. Warriors with the rebound. Bridges got his 6th rebound on the night. And there's the pass to George. 1:07 left to play here in the fourth. Kicks to Jackson. And again, no good by Golden State.
Well, you make strides to get back in the ball game, but an errant shot like that can definitely cost you any kind of momentum. Have to use better judgment there.
From 12 feet out, and that one's good, Jokic. And the Raptors lead by 6.
Look, Jokic continues to get confidence. He is becoming that guy for this team.
Timeout called the Warriors. They're trailing by 6. 44 seconds left in the fourth quarter. George passes to Jackson. Good! And now they trail by just 4.
And that's a player with no fear. Jackson steps to the forefront, goes out and gets them a massive bucket.
Tatum with it. He's picked up by Drummond, and that's an intentional foul.
Fifth personal foul. 15 foul. Jason Tatum taking 2 shots.
Take break. Take break. 2 shots.
cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss.
Well, Tatum does look ready, prepared to do what he does best in the clutch, get buckets.
And the second of 2 is good. That puts them up by 5. We've got 33 seconds left in the game. And George kicks to Siakam. Count it! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
And it's Paul George with the foul. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game.
And guys, this is where their depth really comes into play. They've got such talent at that position. They'd love to have him out there, but they won't suffer much of a drop-off.
Take a break. 2 shots.
It's the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
And a good test of mettle here for Covington is he's going to step to the line at a really big pressure moment.
Second one is good. Getting both at the line. It's a 4-point ball game.
And just like that, this game is a 2-possession affair.
Timeout called the Warriors. They trail by 4. 24 seconds left in the fourth. .24 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Jackson. Drummond dishes to Jackson. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
At the stripe, Jackson more than capable. But can he do it when it matters most?
Jaren Jackson Jr. at the line for 2.
He hits the first one, and that narrows the lead down to just 3. Jackson hits both of them. They foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
Yeah, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Shooting for the line, Robert Covington at the line for 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
A pretty dependable free throw shooter. Covington in a pressure situation.
And so he drops them both. It's a 4-point ball game. 16 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. It's Beverly on the wing. Off target with his three. And now they foul and stop the clock.
Jaren Jackson Jr. Third personal foul. Shooting for Toronto, Robert Covington. Taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5.
And Covington, it gets underappreciated, but guy who runs the floor, he'll guard a bunch of different positions, he'll hit 3-point shots. That's a lot of complimentary stuff.
And so both free throws are good, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Breathe easy now. The biggest free throws in the game, and he's coming through.
From deep 3-point range, no good there. And so it's Toronto winning this one. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for him, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
And that's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Joker. Great game. They made it tough for you, but you stayed resilient as a team in crunch.
I mean, they're always coming back. It's always a tough game against them. They're a really good basketball team. We had a really good lead. We kind of lost the focus, lost the energy. They used that really well, and they came back to the game. But we find a way to win the game in the end.
Whatever it takes, you got it done. Congrats on the win. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it for the first game of the NBA season. For Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports.